The member from Rimbey, Rocky Mountain House, Sundre.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's hard to believe, but it's already been 2 years since one of the worst floods in Alberta history devastated homes and communities right across the province. Wildrose just wants to help the government get this right. I couldn't help but notice the NDP candidate in my riding had very little to say during the election campaign. I'm hoping the minister can clear this up. What is your government's plan to address flood mitigation that helps communities right across the province?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you to the honourable member for the question. These are very, very grave decisions that face us. We have been left with some choices to make, and we will undertake the appropriate time and the appropriate review to make those decisions, Mr. Speaker. These are decisions that require hundreds of millions of dollars of public investment, Mr. Speaker. They are decisions that require environmental assessment. They are decisions that require negotiation with communities and landowners, Mr. Speaker. And so that is why we will take the time to review all of these matters before us. That is why we are being briefed from experts who are giving us the—
Thank you, Minister. Thank you, Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the minister should know in March this year the Auditor General released a report that said the provinces don't even have up-to-date flood map. Given that means communities like Sundre, Medicine Hat, Fort McMurray, Red Deer, Drumheller, High River, Rocky View and Calgary all remain on the front lines when the next flood strikes, will the minister commit today to updating these flood maps and making sure these communities are no longer left exposed?
Well, Mr. Speaker, I very much appreciate the question, given that the honourable member is doing an excellent job, as other honourable members in this House have over the last few days, representing their constituents on this matter, Mr. Speaker. We are committed to reviewing the flood mapping issue, along with all of the other issues with respect to flood mitigation that have been pushed onto our plates as we have inherited this situation from the previous government, Mr. Speaker. And so, Mr. Speaker, we are reviewing all of the matters associated with flood mitigation to ensure that we are using the best science and the best public policy moving forward, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, given my constituency of Rimbey, Rocky Mountain House, Sundre has often faced flooding, and given in March the government announced flood projects all over the province, but denied funding requests for Sundre, Drumheller and Medicine Hat, saying we yet needed another engineering study, even when a number have already been completed. To the minister, will your government reverse the decision to reject Sundre and other impacted communities' flood mitigation applications so that residents will be protected before there is another flood?
I'm very pleased for the question, Mr. Speaker, and I thank you for raising this with me. I am happy to discuss this matter and have a meeting with you afterwards, or with the honourable member, to discuss this so that we can follow up. I have had other requests, Mr. Speaker, to review previous decisions, and I am happy to do so. Report back to this House when we have finalized the matter. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.